Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
The search for a missing downriver woman coming to an end tonight in Superior Township, with police finding her body about 40 minutes from where she was last seen. Topping our news at 11, that woman has been identified as a 42-year-old who was reported missing out of Southgate over the weekend.
Yeah, her husband is in custody, with police saying he has confessed to killing her. Her body was recovered on Ridge Road, not far from Denton Road and Michigan Avenue. So let's get right to Victor Williams. He's live at the scene. So Victor, what's the latest there?
Yeah, Devin and Kimberly, we know that investigators are still on scene right here, some of them wrapping up. But that woman's body was found right over there behind one of these trailers, and police are calling this a domestic situation that turned deadly.
It just makes you wonder what's going on.
Tonight, the remains of a 42-year-old missing woman out of Southgate have been found 25 miles away in Superior Township. Her 44-year-old husband has now been identified as the killer.
Scary.
Scary.
Especially it happened that
here.
close, you know, and the location, you know.
Dozens of police officers and investigators from multiple agencies spent hours digging in the back of a trailer at Westridge Mobile Home Park right before the grisly discovery was made. Deanna and Richard Murray say they saw crews going back and forth all day.
I just saw them when I went behind our house and I saw them. They were down in the hole. I saw them digging.
The murder is believed to have happened on Walter Street in Southgate. Because of that, the Southgate Police Department is the lead agency on the case. The Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department and Michigan State Police are also assisting in the investigation.
You know, we live like right around the corner from here, so we were kind of scared and hoping that it wasn't a body that they did find here.
No names are being released, and details at this point in time are extremely unclear. Police, however, are saying people living in the trailers nearby had nothing to do with the body that was found.
Still, it makes you wonder, you know, I mean, an outsider coming in here, how can he come in and not be seen or no one know what's going on?
As you can see, that Michigan State Police mobile forensic laboratory is getting ready to take off. So we are going to be waiting for some names to be released first thing tomorrow. We're talking about the victim as well as her husband. Tonight, reporting live in Superior Township, Victor Williams, Local 4.
And when we get that information, we will certainly pass it along. Victor, we appreciate it.
Also developing late tonight, an Oakland County judge blocking prosecutors from enforcing the state's 1931 abortion ban. That ruling coming just hours after a court of appeals ruled the ban could be enforced. Pamela Osborne live at the Planned Parenthood in Ferndale tonight with where things go from here. Pam, it seems hour by hour.
Yeah, it really is, Devin. You know, the judge that issued that restraining order, he has a hearing scheduled for this case for Wednesday. In the meantime, women here in the state of Michigan will have access to abortion without fear of prosecution as long as this case really remains in the courts.
And it's creating a lot of chaos and confusion and fear for women and for providers.
That chaos and confusion Governor Gretchen Whitmer describes only deepened Monday. The day started like this. The Court of Appeals ruled to allow local county prosecutors to criminally prosecute abortions throughout the state with no exception to the rule. The Court of Appeals allowed Michigan's 1931 statute to go into effect.
Depending on who your prosecutor is, right now defines whether or not you've got a right that's been afforded to women in Michigan for 49 years. And that is a scary, unstable way to proceed with fundamental health care for women.
Many prosecutors, including Attorney General Dana Nessel, said they would not enforce the ban, but it doesn't seem like it'll come to that. Late this afternoon, Governor Whitmer filed for a temporary restraining order against the Court of Appeals ruling in the Oakland County Circuit Court. Judge Jacob Cunningham granted that restraining order, which will allow Michigan women and their providers continued rights to abortion care while the order is pending in court.
This is out of step with the average Michigander who supports women being able to make these decisions, even if it's not one they would make themselves.
And Attorney General Dana Nessel releasing a statement tonight saying that the fight continues and that in the short term, women and healthcare providers should not be worried about being targeted here. Planned Parenthood acknowledging this fight that's taking place in court, but wanting women to know that even though it can be confusing trying to keep up with these updates, abortion is legal in the state of Michigan. I reached out to Protect Life Michigan to see what their take is on all the back and forth today that took place in court. I haven't heard back yet. Reporting live in Ferndale, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
All right, Pam. Other news tonight, a top al-Qaeda leader who was instrumental in the planning of the 9/11 terror attacks has been killed. Ayman alZawahri was killed in a drone strike over the weekend in Afghanistan. President Biden made that announcement tonight.
This mission was carefully planned, rigorously minimized the risk of harm to other civilians. And 1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him. And the mission was a success. None of his family members were hurt, and there were no civilian casualties.
Al-Zawahri was Osama bin Laden's deputy during the terror attacks. He then took over as the head of al-Qaeda after SEAL Team 6 killed bin Laden in 2011.
All right, well, we are now less than 8 hours away from the polls opening here in Metro Detroit for the primary election, and we have several heated races, of course, we're watching closely, including the Republican gubernatorial primary, with the winner going on to face Governor Gretchen Whitmer in November.
Ahead of tomorrow's election, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson addressed election security concerns.
We may see people laying the seeds for post-election shenanigans on Election Day tomorrow, and we do see and we do hear some chatter about that, and so we're prepared for that.
We will be bringing you live coverage throughout the night on Local 4. I'll be live with our pollster, Richard Zuba, and election experts breaking down the results as they come in. Tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m., we hope you'll join us on Local 4+.
And with the polls opening at 7 a.m., let's check in with Brett to see how the forecast is looking for Election Day.
Things are looking just fine, whether you're going to go in the morning or later in the day. Really, all day Tuesday is looking good. Waking up in the 60s, 70s by lunchtime, close to 80, topping out in the low to mid 80s in the afternoon before falling back into the upper 70s later in the evening. But notice the clear skies, a couple of clouds here and there. That's about it. Another thing, the humidity is going to be way down compared to what we've seen today. So it's going to feel really nice on Tuesday. Things change, though, Wednesday. The severe risk is back in play as the Storm Prediction Center has much of lower Michigan back under that marginal risk for severe weather. That's later Wednesday. Along with that, heat and humidity is back as well. We'll dive into that Wednesday forecast in just a bit.
Thank you. Detroit police say a man shot 8 people at a birthday party over the weekend because of the way they parked their cars. 2 of the 8 people have died after the shooting on Coyle Street near Plymouth Road on Detroit's west side. Police say the parking situation sparked a fight that led to the man firing multiple times from a high-powered rifle. This happened early Sunday morning. Police say the shooter put a gun by every window in the house and fired from inside and out. Detroit's police chief says he's fed up.
Levels of crime that we're seeing in our city is unacceptable. This country's obsession with weapons and mass shootings, and it's just unacceptable. And we can do better, and we have to do better.
Now, the shooter is in custody. This weekend alone in Detroit, 7 people were shot and killed, 24 people hurt in shootings across the city.